All right. I don't even know if this shit is fucking working. Hopefully it is. Shit, how does this fucking even work? I don't know. Let's see here. Go to the tubes of hue. Mhm. Okay, got that going. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Just wondering. I said, got 0 viewers on the pod. Yeah, that's what's up. 0, 0. Let's see. What if I go here? Mhm. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay. Word. Oh shit. Okay. Word. So I gotta check my phone out in the meantime in order to see how this works. Got it. All right. I don't know if anybody's out there viewing, but what's going on, everybody? My name is Lopez. I am the host of the On the Gun Line podcast, as well as D'Lo the Vet Bro, who reacts to videos. And honestly, I'm just checking shit out right now to see how this works. If everybody jumps on, shoot me a message because and I don't even know how if I'd be able to see them, to be honest. How would I see messages? Hmm. Let's do a test message. Would it pop up in here somewhere? Hmm. Where's the chat? Is there a chat on this? Okay, comments. Orale. Okay, that's where you see that. Okay, right on, right on. I see how this is working now. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. We're going big though. I can't see the chats. All right, so what if I want to share a screen? Hmm. Let's see here. Hmm. All right. Once again, this is Lopez here from the On the Gun Line podcast. And honestly, I'm just testing this shit out. If anybody sees anything, feel free to leave me a comment because that way I'll know what's crack-a-lacking. Let's see here. It doesn't show me how many people are on here, right? Okay, escape. Okay, got that. Hmm. All right. Well, I guess what I can do in the meantime is just fuck around in Future Soldier Preparatory Course. What the hell? How many minutes is this? Let's go ahead and people way out here. Mhm. Low ASAP score on overweight. Good fucking night. What if I could do my TikToks on here? Can I do my TikToks here? Oh, dale. Okay, so if I was to go here. Ah, I see, said the blind man. Okay, bet. Server error, retry. Okay, I don't care about all that. All right, 5 minutes in, and it's just me by myself, no doubt. Let's see here. Let's see here. So, all right, Roland sends me a shitload of them. How do I go to? All right, I don't know who's out there viewing me. If you could say, drop me a what's up, a line, what's cracking. I'm just honestly just testing this shit to see how it fucking works. I appreciate the view. Whoever you are out. Oh man. And in case you're wondering, my name is Lopez, also known as D-Lo. And I'm just on here trying to figure this shit out, man. I'm new at this, and I'm down to talk about anything, down to clown around. Um, let's see, playing Mortal Kombat. Oh shit, never mind that. It's all good. So who's on out there? Whoever's viewing, who that is? Are you prior service military? If so, what was your MOS? I'm mainly just here. I like to come and just chit chat, fuck around, and he gone. I appreciate you viewing me, whoever you were. All right, so right now I'm just trying to see if I can get my homeboy to get up on here with me so we can go ahead and do some chit chatting and shit. In the meantime, I guess I can find something to react to. Let's see. Anybody got any fucking ideas what to chat about in the meantime while I pull something up? Because I sure as fuck don't. This is my first time going live. I'm trying to stick up to my fucking to this fucking what's that shit called schedule that I'm trying to work on. Anyways, my name is Danny Lopez, and let's see. If you're new to my channel or don't know me, shit, I served 10 years in the United States Army, medically retired, and now I'm doing this shit because I miss being in the fucking military. I'm known as a vet bro for some reason, apparently because I keep high fucking standards. But anyway, whatever. Who are you out there? Say what's up. Anybody out there? Say what's up. A day in the life of a deployed infantryman. Nah, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Let's reply. Let's see. A day in the life. I'm gonna go ahead and check out a day in the life, see what pops up. The life of a soldier. Oh shit, Rodriguez. This the homie from back in from basic when we were in boot camp together. That's the Rodriguez I know. What's going on, Rod? Hey fool, if you want to jump on here live with me, let me know, man. I'll shoot you a link if you want to jump on here with me and shit. We could just chop it up a little bit while I get used to this. Let me know if you're down, fool. If not, I still appreciate you being on here with me, dog. I just saw a fucking picture of Yakum. I got him on the Facebook, bro, and I was tripping out on how it's been 19 years, dude. 19 years ago today, we were fucking sitting in motherfucking Fort Sill, Oklahoma. All right, for sure. That sounds good. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna shoot you on the ¿cómo se llama esa madre? Ah, on Facebook, fool. Rodriguez George. There you go. What's your email, fool? Oh, I'm typing that out just in case you're wondering. Anywho, once again, my name is D-Lo the Vet Bro, also known as Lopez, the host of the Under Gun Line podcast. Honestly, I'm just here right now testing this shit out, and hopefully I'll get the homie Rodriguez on here and we can do some reminiscing on fucking on our time in boot camp and how shit was, and just talk a little bit and just catch up. I know he's a big sports fan. He was working for a newspaper recently, but let me see if I can get him on here. Give me 1 second. Gmail. And it's Jrod 2763. Yep, I still got you. I still got your info from the last time, dog. All right, sent. Hey, just I'm sending you the link right now, dog, so you can meet me on here. All right. It's gonna be through this shit called StreamYard. All right, cool beans, cool beans. Hope everybody's doing good out there. It is 7:20 here in San Antonio, Texas. Having a great time, and again, just testing this bad boy out, seeing how it goes down, trying to build an audience, um, and start growing this shit. Start growing the platform more. I don't know if I'll ever get monetized, but hey, I'm at 200 right now. I'm hoping to reach out to get more folks. Maybe hopefully 500 by the end of next year would be awesome. I'm just taking it one day at a time, being organic with what I do. Um, I don't cater to everybody, so that's probably my bad. But I also don't go out, clout chasing or whatever they fucking call that shit. I just say what's on my mind. You know what I mean? And the main reason for that is because that's one of the things that we did while we were out on the field. Hence why it's called on the gun line. Because when we were out on the gun line, we were able to be ourselves, talk the shit that we talk, be who we are, and there was no repercussions. So no doubt, dog. I'll see you when you get on there, bro. And so yeah, dude, it's just like one of those things that I miss is the camaraderie that we had when we were out in the field. Um, Once they call, like, we were done firing for the day, like, I'm talking about in a training environment. Once we were done firing for the day, we would just go ahead and just everybody would just downgrade and just fucking be in their field mode, I guess you could call it, and shit. And you just be kicking it, dog, just having all types of different conversations. You'd be clowning with all your section, or other sections would come up under your trails or under your net and just hang out, dog. And you'd have all kinds of dumbass conversations, bro. Especially like in the evening time. During the daytime is when we played our stupid fucking games, or you learn how to play dominoes, or you learn how to play fucking what's that shit called? Spades. So that was always cool right there too. And what's funny is I never learned how to play fucking spades. Shame on me. Shame on me. I mean, I know the gist of it, but I would be horrible, horrible, horrible on that shit. Anyways, hopefully we'll get some more audience in here soon. If not, it's all gravy, baby. It's just here to be kicking back. And I said this is gonna be part of my new schedules. This is gonna be part of my new routine. So I'll be coming on here live every Wednesday from 7 to maybe about 8, depending on how we start growing. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I'm up for any kind of Q&A as well. If you have any questions about, how it was in the military, what to expect out of being a field artilleryman, I can give you that. I can give you that life of an artilleryman. Um, what to expect when you get out of the military, I can give you some advice on that too, especially if you're getting out nowadays. I've been out now for shit. It's gonna be 9 years in February. God damn. I've been out just almost as long as I was in, which is a trip. That's how much I drank the Kool-Aid, to be honest. I drank that fucking Kool-Aid to the heart. Like, I was all about it, rowdy. And I'll tell you, one of the hardest things I had to do was reintegrate into the civilian life, the civilian sector. You become very militarized, especially if you've done more. If you spent like 4 years and did one contract and you're out, I get it. You probably didn't adhere or drink all the Kool-Aid like we did, especially in garrison time right now, like a non-war army. But in the I joined knowing I was going to deploy. I joined wanting to deploy, and that was one of the things that actually, helped me get in the military was the war that kicked off. Because when it kicked out in '03, they reduced the standards in the army as far as like having to have a high school diploma, having a felony because I had a felony for grand theft, and they let me in. They gave me the opportunity, and ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in the military. Well, I wanted to be a Marine, but the Marine Corps was just fucking being dicks about shit. So whatever. I wasn't able to make it to be a crayon eater, but with that, I ended up still joining the army, and hey, be all you can be, right? Well, I came in during the army of one, so I came in during that era, which wasn't too bad, honestly. It was. I'm sure that every generation looks at the previous generation and talks shit, just like I talk shit about anybody that came after '05, '06. Like if you came in during the ACU time, I think that you probably had a lot more lax than those of us that came in during the BDU time. And our drill sergeants, while they weren't very hands on, they were hands on those that needed it. I'm sure that most of my drill sergeants are all retired by now. So let's see. All right, so just waiting on Rod to get on here in a minute. Um, yeah, once again, let me just go ahead and intro myself. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit a like, hit a subscribe, and check out the content that's on there. I'm starting to do reaction videos now, but mainly it's a podcast that I do, the On the Gun Line podcast, and that podcast is basically for those of us that miss the life of being in there and being able to just be ourselves, having conversations, and just even reminisce. You know what I mean? And not only that, I don't think that you necessarily have to be a fucking SF Ranger, fucking SEAL, space shuttle door gunner in order to share stories. You know what I mean? So it's all gravy, Rod. It's all gravy, baby. I don't think that you need to, in order to have a story. I think that every soldier has a story, whether you were an S1, HR paper pusher, or whether you were a fucking a fucking infantryman, or even if you were SF or anything like that. We all have stories, you know what I mean? And we can all tell some shit. You know what I mean? It gives everybody a voice. And I think that's pretty cool to be able to record ourselves, because one day we're gonna be gone, and look at how many stories we missed out on from World War I, World War II. World War II vets are dropping like flies, you know what I mean? And then you have your Korea War vets; they're dropping, so they're going to be gone soon. I hope to eventually catch a World War II vet, before it's too late, or a Korean War vet before it's too late. I've spoken to a couple of Vietnam vets, but I want to get them on the podcast, on the platform, to tell their story. Also, another reason that I do this is especially for those veterans that are coming out. If you did, like, more than one contract, that it's a bit difficult coming back out to the civilian sector and acclimating to society again. So with that, um if there's any advice that can be given or any support that can be provided, that's how this is what this is for too as well. Again, it's a small podcast at this moment. I've been doing this for almost 4 years, y'all. I get it, and I'm no Joe Rogan. One day I would love to be, but again, I don't censor, I don't edit, and I don't filter, so some of my shit doesn't get put out there. I speak like we did out in the field, and YouTube doesn't really like that sometimes. YouTube doesn't dig when you keep shit uh beyond their fucking what's it called, terms of service or whatever. I forget what it's called. I never nobody ever reads that shit. All I know is that, I want to help fools out. Now, am I somebody that can actually help you out? I can link you to resources. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you, one of the hardest things coming out here, being from the field artillery, coming into the civilian sector, um, was how time moved differently in the military than it did out in the civilian sector. For example, I'll give you a quick one, all right? And this is gonna sound fucking crazy, especially to the new generation. But when I came out, I didn't realize how many gay people were out in the world, bro. Like I knew we had gays in the military, right? But Jesus fucking Christ, when I went to my to work at my, when I got out, it was like they were all over the place, bro. I thought I was in West Hollywood or in San Francisco because they were just like all over and like lesbians all over the place. And dude, it was like mind blowing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because in the military, we knew who they were, but they weren't as out, I guess you could say, as they were out here. And not that I was uncomfortable with it. Honestly, I don't care. I respect, and I'm a big believer in live and let live. However, all right, shit. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Test, test. Test, 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 motherfucker. Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but anywho, it was just like a bukkake, no pun intended, of fucking, just Fruit Loops. I was like, damn, okay, cool, and I just do me, you know what I mean? But I'll trip it out, like I came out and I was always taught, dress for the job that you want, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, when I got out the military, bro, I was a staff sergeant when I got out. And when I came out, I went to work at a fucking call center here in San Antonio because I needed to hit the ground running. And honestly, I needed to pay the bills. I had a wife, 3 kids, a dog. Give me a second. What's up, hon? What? Baby, I'm doing a live right now. Okay, then shush. Anyway, my daughter just came out here. So anyway, so coming out here, it was a what? No. Oh well, you should start learning how to conserve your energy on your phone. Anywho, she's asking me for my charger. She keeps breaking her damn chargers. Anywho, so what ended up happening, yo, was I came out and I would dress. They said business casual was the wear for work. So when I joined the military, business casual meant like a button down t-shirt, a tie, some slacks, and some shirt shoes, I guess, for lack of a better term. That was to me what business casual was. Apparently, like I was saying, like times stood still in a way in the military versus out in the civilian sector. Um, in the civilian sector, business casual turned into jeans and a polo. That was business casual. To me, that's like a fucking Friday. You know what I mean? Like a dress down Friday or whatever the fuck they call it. So anyway, let me get rid of this background, man, because this background is killing me. I hate how it glitches. So virtual background none. You're about to see my bare wall. So all right, cool. I think this is a lot better. Anywho, whoever's out there, give me a shout out, man. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a hello. Give me a cubicle. You have any questions? Hit me up. I have no problem answering. My name is Danny Lopez, also known as D-Lo, the Vet Bro, aka Lopez, the host of the Under Gunline podcast. But yeah, dude, that was one of the hardest things. Was also humbling myself to going from being a leader of soldiers to coming over to fucking listen to people file claims for their cars or their homes, bro. It was just that was a fucking trip. Um like I said, I had drank the Kool-Aid about the military, so to me everything was about being fucking structured, stop complaining, stop crying, don't talk about it, be about it. And some of the people that I worked with, I would say about 80, 90% of the coworkers I had were female, and because it's a call center, you know what I mean. You ever talk to somebody? But anywho, so what ended up happening with that shit was it was like high school all over again. They started talking shit about me. They knew more about me than I knew about myself. They would say something like, "Oh, look at him. He thinks he's better than us because the way he dresses." Because I wore a tie, button down shirt, slacks, and the church shoes, dress up shoes. So I was dressed up for my job as I knew it as business casual. And people would pull me to the side like, "Why are you dressing like that? You work in a call center. You're not going to see anybody here." Well, it's not that. I was also brought up in a time that they said, "Don't dress for the job that you want. Don't dress for the job that you have. Just for the job that you want." And a lot of the people that I was working with were young. Compared to me, I was 36, I think, when I got out. Maybe 37, 36, 37 when I got out. And a lot of people I was working with were late teens to mid 20s, and then on they were on the other end of the spectrum. They were fucking 60s, 70s, y'all still working, taking claims. So anyways, I kept to myself a lot as well. I didn't talk to any of them. I wanted to just do my 9 to 5 and go home. Well, apparently that wasn't what they wanted at that office. At that office, or in that job that I was in, they wanted they call it engaging. You have to be very engaging with people, talk to them, and get to know your peers and whatnot. So I'll tell you a quick story. When I first got there, after about maybe about a month of being there, I was doing good on my work. I followed the fucking rules, dude. That's all we do. Anywho, I'm not any better than any fucking civilian. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I probably had more discipline and structure and less bitching. Because all they did was bitch, 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 and we all bitch about our jobs. I get it, but not to this point, to this extent. Like, fuck, if you're so tired of this, quit. Just fucking quit. Oh, there's the homeboy. There's the homeboy coming up to the stage.
Bro, like my computer just threw crap right now.
Hey, Rod, gonna come here soon. All right.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Oh, yet.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me yet, dog? All right, you're on mute. You're on, not on mute.
I hear you.
What's going on, Big Pimpin'? Can you hear me? Hmm. I hear you. I see you,
I hear you too. I just
but I don't hear you.
uh,
I see that your computer was being slow, but I mean, it looks like it's working well, dude. Man, you looking good though, man. Nice and healthy.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Qué raro
Uh,
que you can't talk.
I'm on my
I can't
phone.
hear you. Do you have like maybe a headset? Oh, talk.
Can you hear me now?
Nah, I heard something like click on and then off. Well, while he's getting his technical issues all resolved over here, that's the homeboy Jrod, man. Rodriguez and I, we were in basic training together in boot camp at good old Fort Sill, Oklahoma, from November 2004 through March 2005. Damn, we lost this video. I'm sure he'll be back. Hopefully, we get him on here, man. It was a good dude. We had a lot of fun while we were in basic. Then we were lucky enough to serve together. Also in the same battalion, different batteries when we first got to Fort Hood. And this is why I like doing these Okay, so I just saw the private. It, ah, stupid thing. Damn it. All right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? I, I think I can hear you.
Hey man,
Hey, there you are.
what's up? What's going on?
Not much, man. Can you talk real quick?
Hold on.
My,
Yeah.
so you my voice away. I had it on mute, bro.
Let me see if I can bring back the camera.
There you go.
There
What's
it
going
is.
on?
Now I'm on my phone. That's why I can like my. I don't know. My computer is being weird as fuck right now.
Oh, don't trip, man. I'm not gonna share any videos today. I appreciate you getting on here with me because now I can go ahead and fucking figure how this works, man. I got down at the StreamYard and I love it a lot better than the Zoom meetings. Pinche Zoom meetings were fucking me up, bro.
Yeah, they were. They still had that 30-minute wait thing, or like.
Yeah, dude.
uh,
They don't let me do like 40 minutes, 44 minutes, and then I have to wait 10 minutes before I can send out a new link. And you know, when you're having like a good conversation and shit,
And you have to
and it
cut
gets
it
cut
off.
in the middle. Oh, that should be sucking, man. Well, anyways, it's just me and you here right now, which is cool because I'm gonna start getting into my flow on this shit. Hopefully it'll start growing more and see what happens with that. Pero cómo has estado, güey?
Yeah, no, I'm just here in Cali. I'm working for a radio station now.
Oh no shit, you on the radio, huh?
ESPN, the local ESPN affiliate.
Oh shit, are you like producing or are you on air?
I'm behind the board, man. That's not
Órale.
it. Yeah, I do some promotion stuff, and we do some producing like high school games and stuff like that.
Okay.
Some shows in the morning. I used to come out in the morning and as a producer, with the
Okay.
morning show.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was part time. So then they put me on full time, and they had to change my hours, so I couldn't be in the morning there
Uh,
anymore. But it's cool, man. It's better than the newspaper. I like it better than the newspaper.
well, the thing that sucks is the newspaper is now becoming like it's pretty much outdated and everything goes by email now, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
So
I mean, I got a good learning from the newspaper. Like, I learned a lot there. But
that's what
it
matters,
wasn't
bro. I mean, you
it
get to do
wasn't
your
for me.
well with the newspaper, like you were telling me before, was you have to do your due diligence, right?
Yeah, I was very like whenever I would do a story, I would have to get like 3 sources and go figure it out if this dude's really saying the truth or not. And if it didn't make sense, then you're like, oh man, this story's not gonna work. So you go to a different story, or you don't have a
Mhm.
story that week or something like that. Sometimes it was just
Now,
cool. It was just like interviewing people
yeah,
and just get their interview. But when you're doing like a real you know story, that's a little bit harder.
yeah, no doubt, dude, no doubt. Hey, I was just talking earlier about when I got out the military myself, how different things were when I got out. You got out in what year?
Um, oh nine, right when we got
Yes,
back from our second deployment.
right. So you did the second deployment with them, right?
Yeah,
They
because
had already changed over to first Cav.
I was only gonna do one contract, but they stop lost me.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
so I was there for like another year and a half after my
They give you that
contract.
stop loss pay though.
Yeah, that was nice. It
Ah,
was back pay too, so I got it all
oh,
in one chunk.
nice.
I took a trip
Should
to
have invested in
Mexico with that
Bitcoin,
money.
fool.
I took a trip to Mexico with that money.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Well, at least you made memories out of that shit, right?
Yeah.
Fucking a, dude. I was just saying earlier. I don't know if you were hearing. Like when I got out, dude. Like I got out in 2015, right? and I came to work over here at an insurance company. I needed to hit the ground running. I had no fucking money. I have I was a dental assistant before I joined the army, but I haven't done that shit in 10 years, and technology changes so much.
Yeah.
And I moved to San Antonio. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do in San Antonio? Luckily, here's like the fucking it's like the call center hub of the world, bro.
I remember you were
So
nationwide, right, or something like that.
yeah, I was working for Nationwide Insurance, and the trippy part is like I was just saying, like how the world what it was going one way in the military, but on the outside it went different because when I got out, bro, I didn't realize how many gays were in the world. I really didn't, bro. I mean, I knew they existed, and we knew who was gay and who wasn't, right? And it's not that it
Yeah,
mattered or anything, but it was just an explosion to me. It was like a bukkake of Fruit Loops, like I said, you know, like shit, like I said, I live and let live. I don't care. Pero
yeah.
no esperaba que they were out there. Like I swear to God, from San Antonio, when I was going to my office, I didn't realize how open people were. It was like I was in West Hollywood or in San Francisco. It's like wow, and and it was something trippy to because now I had to watch my words. I had to be careful how I talked. You know what I mean? So I had to censor myself, and
I
I'm not
think
used to doing that.
I think it's because you spent so much time in the military that you weren't really, when we went into the military, it wasn't like that, and then it changed so much that when we got out, like people were already they were out, they
Yeah,
were
for
out.
real. And,
So
and
and it
again,
was it was
it's
cool to be out, like for them, like and but we went in the military at a time where it was still kind of like, they were in the low.
yeah, porque we got in at a time that it was still don't ask, don't tell, and then
Yeah,
eventually it got repealed. But even so, like we knew who was. You could tell. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I know I didn't give a shit. As long as you worked for me good. Like when I went to Korea, bro, I had this one dude. He was you knew. You know what I mean? He had the mannerisms and everything.
yeah,
Pero he was a hell of a hard worker. That's all I gave a shit about. Like, I remember MySpace. Remember MySpace was big back in
yeah.
the day? And he had a picture of him and his Korean boyfriend, bro. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna drop a dime on you. You know what I mean? You just do your job. That's all I give a fuck about.
Yeah.
So it was just a trip coming back out to the world like that. Y luego, like I was just reminiscing because I was telling you earlier. Um, I saw a picture of Yakum on Facebook, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on, Sunshine? Looking good." And I remember I called him Sunshine because like our first time, well, we were in 95th. I don't remember that drill sergeant. I think it was a black drill sergeant though. It was all we were at 95th. He called him Sunshine because he had that fucking long hair. He
Yeah.
like a straight fucking hippie, and so that's why it tripped me out. It's been 19 years ago. 19 years ago today, dude. We were at the 90. Well, no, we were already at across the tracks.
Yeah, on the like 10th of December or something like that.
I don't even remember when we crossed
Yeah.
over, but it fucking dude, were you when we got hauled into the cattle cars, were you in the same one with me? I was in with
Yeah.
Beato, Josiah Beato.
Yeah. Welcome to hell, privates.
Yeah.
Pussy,
You are the pussy. That mother can
and
you
then
believe he went
and then
fucking officer, bro?
yeah, I saw him at Fort Hood when he was a butter bar.
No
I saw
shit.
him, but like from a distance, and I'm like, at first I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" Like I kind of got like, and then I was like, "Yeah, that's him." But I was like, like in my head, I wasn't like thinking like, wait, he became a what? I was still like kind of like didn't make sense in my head. I still saw him as a drill sergeant.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I ran into a couple of our drill sergeants. I ran into when I went to fucking ¿cómo se llama? To Korea. That's the first time I ran into one of them. I forget, was it Flores? Not Flores. Was it Flores?
Cabrera.
No, not Cabrera. God, I wish I could have ran into that motherfucker again, dude. But the other one, I don't know if it was Figueroa, no, or I forget what his name was, but I ran into him in Korea. He's the one that kind of had like he was a Mexican dude. He came in at the same time with Cabrera. But
Yeah,
I ran into him out there.
yeah, I remember him. I can't remember
And
his name.
then
His last name,
I
yeah.
can't remember it either. I think want to say it started like with an F. I want to say it was Figueroa, but it wasn't Figueroa. I don't think so. But anyways, I ran into him, and then of all people, I ran into fucking Drill Sergeant Showmaker. Do you remember him?
Yeah,
The one
yeah.
that yeah. So I ran into him in Afghanistan, bro. He was a first sergeant, and that motherfucker, he looked at me because he was coming in from the we were right on the airfield in J-Bad, and he was coming in, and part of my job in the A-lock was, to greet them and bring them in, right? And as soon as I saw the name on the roster, like that on the manifest that was coming out, I was like, no fucking way, dude. No fucking way. Sure enough, I open it up. I'm making my way out to get him from the chopper. And he looks at me. He's like, you were one of mine, weren't you? And I was like, yes, Phil Sergeant. He's like, oh, we did you guys dirty.
He
Yeah,
knew.
he remembered, dude. He
Yeah,
remembered. I mean, it was crazy though. I mean, he was really a good dude though. At the end of
yeah,
the day, God damn, let's see
yeah.
us.
He was. He was one of the better ones. I
Yeah, it
was,
was.
uh,
Did you I trip out because I try to keep up with the rest of the crew and shit from basic. So like I
you know,
saw
when
hmm?
we did it, when we went to our first deployment, you know who we saw at at, at the same at Kuwait, just on Bauer.
You got to see Bauer?
Yeah,
No shit.
Stevens. I don't know if you remember Stevens. He like saw him there one like as soon as we got there, like in a day or two, and he like followed him and realized it was him, and like he
Oh
went to say
shit.
hello, and I can't remember who else went with him, but another person from our battery went.
Fucking Stevens with the motherfucking round brown that he made out of the cardboard, remember?
Yeah,
He did a good imitation of Bauer too. I don't care, private. Up, down, up, down, up, down. No,
yeah,
my favorite was you remember when he choke slammed fucking Pinto?
yeah.
Dude. Pinto's like, you ain't gonna do it. What'd you say, Prophet? Oh my god,
Yeah,
dude. Things were different back then in basic, you know?
I was like, yeah, I remember those. Like, cause I was like told that, oh yeah, they can't touch you, they can do anything. I was like, all right, and
Well, I don't know who the fuck
it
they
was like
lied to.
it was the very first day when we got there, right? It was who was the one that got choked?
Pinto
On
was the one that got choked. And then I remember my battle buddy Pop got punched by Rogers, Josiah Rogers.
oh, that
And
guy.
they made a deal out of that one. But Rogers was a fucking prick, dude.
Yeah, that guy was horrible.
He
Fucking
he hated life, bro.
like, yeah, he probably did.
That
He
motherfucker.
used to take it out on us a lot,
Yeah, he did, bro. But Cabrera was the funny one. That motherfucker had me dying, bro.
dude. I remember when everybody left, and only the holdovers for airborne school were left, right?
Hmm.
And like the people that didn't pass the PT test. I was a holdover for airborne school because I already passed the PT test, and
Hmm.
he thought I was one of the guys that didn't pass the PT test. So
Right.
he started telling me to go run and shit, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And all the guys from like there, like guys those who were going to airborne school, were
Yeah.
pulled up to the side, and I go with them, and he's like, "Where are you going?" And then I don't know what Joe's saying. He's like, "Oh, he's good. He's with them." And
Oh,
all right. I'm like, "What
well,
the fuck?"
it was because I mean, you were a little bit on the heavier side, right?
Yeah. Well, I
But you
mean,
still passed your PT test.
that time I was like 170 already. Cause
No
I
shit.
lost like 20 pounds when we were there, like 25 pounds.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, because I remember I got out and the clothes that I had were all baggy and shit. When we
Fucking
got to
well.
basic.
Hmm?
Yeah, no, when we got out of basic, yeah, like all my clothes like didn't fit right.
Shit, yeah. I went in. What trips me out, dude? When I went in, I was 185 pounds, I think. When I got out, I was like 175, and I still couldn't run with the shit. And but still, dude, overall, I could pass my PT test. What it really tripped me out was when I was doing sit-ups, fool, and we were practicing them, and Pop was like, "Come on, let's go, Lopez, you could do it." And I'm trying to do them, dude. I could only do like 17 sit-ups.
Yeah,
I
same,
was out of shape, fucking
same.
bad, bro.
Like I struggle so much on sit ups. I honestly think I only passed the PT test because one of the drill sergeants just counted more. He just counted more sit ups than I did because I was
Hmm.
struggling at the end. Like what was it, like 35 or 30 something we had to do or something.
Right. Probably, dude.
At 30 I was capped out. I was like barely making it.
Well, I think it's just they wanted to fill the fucking slots anyway. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They wanted to get us out there already because they knew we were going to deploy.
yeah,
Like Bauer, I remember when we graduated, Bauer was like, "All right, so how many of y'all are going to Fort Hood?" And then we raised our hands, and he's like, "Oh, let me rephrase. How many of y'all going to Iraq via Fort
yep,
Hood?" Like, oh shit, what? He called it, man. Next thing we know, shit, we weren't even in Fort Hood a year.
yeah.
Fucking a, dude.
It was like 9 months.
Good times. Yeah. And then one of those months was in the field. That was a
The
fucking
whole
long ass month.
month. The whole they told us like, yeah, we're going back, and they were like, no, we're not going back. We're kind of stay here the whole 2 weeks.
Dude,
And I
all I remember.
remember there was like a hurricane or something that was coming by, and they were
Mm,
like, oh, you have to come back in, and they're like, no, it's too late. You guys gonna stay in?
yeah, it was for Katrina. It was for
Yeah,
Katrina.
yeah, it was Katrina. Yeah,
Mhm.
right. Damn.
Dude. Hey, who was when we deployed out there? Who was your chief? In your gun truck? Because you were in the gun trucks, right? Gun truck platoon.
Yeah.
Who did
Uh,
you roll with?
Cannon. Sergeant
Hmm?
Cannon. Sergeant Cannon.
Oh, dale. Okay,
Yeah, Sergeant Cannon
one
was
good ass dude.
he was a platoon sergeant. Yes, him and Lieutenant. I forgot his last name. But yeah, Sergeant Cannon was the main guy. He wasn't because he was an E6 still, and they
Hmm.
put him out there because they needed somebody to fill that void, and he just took it. He was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Yeah,
He's one of those guys. He is one
yeah,
of
he was. I mean, that's why he got far in his career as he did too, and that's why he made it to first sergeant. Because Cannon was always a good dude. Like, I mean, I could have conversations with him like all day long, because I
those.
think that him and I probably had like a similar background también.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Except he was from Texas and I'm from
yeah.
Cali, but we had very similar and so we jive really well, man. And last time, I mean, I talked to him just a while back through Facebook Messenger.
Okay,
And after the loss of his son, that was rough.
I saw
And I
that.
mean,
So I
oof,
could still follow him on Facebook, and I
mhm,
saw that, and I was
same.
like, "Oh, it's rough.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Yeah, it is.
tough."
But luckily, he transitioned into the civilian sector really well, though.
He
Like
was
last
working.
I talked, hmm?
He was working at a bank, right?
Yeah, yeah. I did a shoot the shit with him here on the podcast, and yeah, he was working at a bank. So he was doing really well. And he was always a cool cat, but he was maintenance, right? He was mechanic, and then he went for I know he went recruiting, so I think that definitely helped him out to come out to the civilian sector.
Yeah,
Porque I know for me, I was too stuck with the gunline mentality, and but what job is there for us out here? There's
yeah.
none. There really isn't.
When
And
I
me
got out, it was like '09, so the whole depression, like the whole there was no real jobs out here, so I waited like a year, and then I got a job driving a tractor, first painting houses, and then I was
okay.
driving a tractor out here in the fields for the
Mhm.
during the season. That would make good money, but it was like 12 hours, something like that, you know. But
Yeah.
it was a seasonal job, So
Yeah.
like 4 months, I would make almost what I would make a year now, probably less, a bit less. But it was like 12 hours almost every day. So like
But
six,
you're in
7 days.
Fresno, right?
Yeah, like the Central Valley.
Yeah.
And then almonds at that time, like when I first got that job, it was like they would pay a lot for it. Like they were paying like hundreds of dollars a pound or some shit like that.
No shit. Fool, did you ever get it? Did you ever, or are you rated by the VA already or no?
No, I never went
Okay,
in.
wait.
I
Fool,
just like all my files, all my medical stuff. Like I don't know where they are. They never gave it to me.
You need to go to the VA then, fool. Porque hopefully it's not too late. I shouldn't be. I don't know if you heard of the PACT Act. It's
Mm.
about like basically what it is about a bunch of there's a bunch of shit that would be presumed that that you have it, or presumed that you got it because of your deployment.
Oh, okay.
So because you deployed twice out there, and fool, I know you got tinnitus. I
That's
know you got tinnitus.
that's what they told me when I joined when I was at the university with the VA guy with
Yeah,
the people there at the university. There's the veteran students there. One of the guys was like, "Oh, you get like 5% for tinnitus or something like that." I'm like, "For real?
10
10?
10% automatically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, hold on one second. Davis just sent a message here. What did he say? Uh, they are at the last duty stations at the TMC. They should have a copy. Hey, I appreciate that, Davis. Thank you very much. Hey, Davis, if you want to jump on here, man, let me know. I'll shoot you a motherfucking I'll shoot you a link through face, to your email, so you can jump on here and school us on some of that stuff, man. Because that's definitely good to know. So, fool, is that here at Fort Hood then at the TMC?
Okay.
You didn't go anywhere else, right,
Oh, no, because
dude?
I got stop loss, so everything was there. And
Yeah,
when we came back from our second deployment, I was just like, "All right, now you're gonna transition to like leave." That was it. It wasn't like going out anywhere else or anything like that.
dude. I mean, it's definitely something that you need to do, porque those are fucking entitlements that you earned. You know what
Mm.
I mean? It's not like it's shit that you didn't earn. You
Okay.
went there, you came back, and I know that you handled some business out there too, because I remember seeing your picture where you said, this is my look after my first whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? So that shit haunts us sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean,
I mean, we went
I
through some
know.
first deployment
Hmm?
too.
Was that?
We went through some shit our first deployment too.
Yes, yes, yes. So I would definitely, if you need a buddy letter, I'll help you out with that because I was there with you too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And all that shit comes into play. Have you applied at e-benefits yet?
Uh, no, I don't think so. I don't.
Do
Maybe.
you have a copy of your DD 214?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where
No.
we're gonna start first.
So I think you know what I think I did because when I did my for my student stuff, I did that because they pay for everything. So I think
Okay.
that
Okay, so you took advantage of your GI Bill, right?
yeah, the GI Bill, yeah.
Okay. So look, you said if I were you, I would definitely see if you have an e-benefits account and then start with that. Like just start with the basics, start logging in, y luego from there. That way it's gonna take time, bro, but at the very least, 10% tinnitus, you got that for a fucking fact. And then you got to put in the claims for, I don't care if you stubbed your fucking toe while you were in the military. You got to put that. The only thing that's going to be difficult because it's been so long since you've been out is going to be to get that nexus, get that fucking service connection. You know what
Okay.
I mean? But there are still ways to do that shit. If anything, I would recommend. There's this dude on YouTube. His name is Combat Craig. He does like he was an Air Force dude. He wears a hat, but he has like a lot of not tricks, but a lot of ways to help us out on getting the benefits that we deserve, that we earned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you just went to basic fucking training and got out and are suffering PTSD. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
going through depression. There's shit that you went through that we don't discuss or talk about very often, but it hides in there, man. Those demons are in there, bro.
Yeah. They come out sometimes.
Yeah, they do, right? I mean, how do you handle that shit, man? Like, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, if you don't mind talking about it.
I've been open with like the people like uh, my close friends and stuff like that. So I it's nice to talk about it sometimes because it like gets it off my shoulders. But it's something that you go to like therapy for and stuff like that. But that's mainly how I handle it. Like I don't really drink that much anymore, like
Yeah.
I used to. But that and like video games. Like sometimes when I feel like weird out, I just go into video games. And right now I'm playing golf. like
Yeah.
I started playing golf on my video games. Like I got the Tiger Woods one, or like and I've been in that. But like that many I use like to relax after work or whatever. But like
Dude, the funny thing you mentioned on that is golf is definitely one of those things that that I use personally. Porque you focus so much on that ball, you focus so much on your next stroke. You know what I mean? And it keeps your mind busy.
dude,
And
even
I like to tell people the idle mind is the devil's playground. You know, and so with that, um, I would say, have you started? So did you go to therapy or no?
when I first got out, yeah, when I first got
Okay.
out, but then and then when I was in the university, I got back in it, but it was like a 7 8 year gap.
Oh shit.
Right now I'm alright. I don't feel like I need it. Sometimes you feel like you need to do something about it, right? And
Right.
but right now I feel comfortable where I am, and it's not really bothering me.
So I was the same way for a while. Me pegó un pinche depression way, like really, really bad depression. But as always, thinking that we can handle it because we grew up in that era of suck it up and drive on, stop being a bitch.
Drink
You
water.
know, and then not only that, being Latinos, we got that machismo in us,
Yeah,
right? So, hey, dog, sometimes we gotta swallow that fucking pill, bro. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, I was lucky
So,
that I had some friends who gone through some different stuff that had guided me through that to, go to therapy and shit. Like, hey, you should really try therapy.
yep.
It's not bad.
Did they diagnose you at all with anything?
No, no, it was just like kind of like just talking to someone
Okay,
about
so
traumas and shit.
I would definitely. Well, luckily, then, since you did that during when you first got out, that should help you out as to at least service connected because you went and sought help. I mean, I'm not a fucking VA consultant or anything like that. I'm just saying what I would do if I were in your shoes. I would go to the VA and here in Texas they have what's called the Texas Veterans Commission (TVC),
Hmm.
and hold on, let me add the homeboy here, Marquis Davis. Um, so what I would
Hey,
do?
hey, hey.
What's going on, Davis?
Lopez, what's going on there?
Hey, not much, not much.
Hold on, I'm
Davis,
gonna
this is
turn the
my
camera
homeboy.
on real quick.
Ooh, look at that sexiness.
Now I'm turning it back off. All right.
Now you about to get me banned.
Come on,
So,
introduce me, Lopez.
all right. So, to Rodriguez and to the rest of the people who are on here, all two of y'all, here with us is Marquis Davis. Davis was a soldier in the FDC when I served in 19 Field Artillery out of Fort Stewart, Georgia, from when I was there, which was October 2008 till January 2011. Davis was that clown who definitely was on your fucking nerves, but yeah, he would make you want to choke him. But especially because he was a young E3, which but he knew
Let
his
me see.
shit. He
I
knew
had
his
got
shit.
demoted. Yeah, I was an E3. Listen,
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like the reason I got away with so much stuff is because I knew my shit. That's what Lopez is saying. I was FDC, bro. Like honestly, you couldn't touch me on the AFA tags. You couldn't. You couldn't trust you. Listen, bro, I was an E3 and 5 Delta shooting missions by myself. All right. So that lets you know, I mean, clearing airspace, all this stuff, I just did it by myself. Because remember Son Brown Lopez?
yes, I do.
Yeah, Brown ass would be off in the choose with the KBR chicks, bro.
I knew he would be. So Sergeant Brown was actually my roommate in Iraq the second time in Mosul.
Bruh.
So I know how he rolled. So hey, Davis,
Listen.
give me a
What's up,
second here.
man?
Hey, what's going on, Roland? Appreciate you being on here. Do me a favor, hit a like, and let's keep this fucking conversation going. So, Davis, real quick question. So his medical records, they'll be at the TMC at Fort Hood if that was the last place he
Okay,
was at.
so when you out process, they didn't give you your packet with the with all your training records, all your medical records, everything.
They gave me some of them, but not the medical stuff.
Okay, so if you didn't go to the TMC and get your medical records, they should still be there. And if not, they're gonna have all that uploaded. When did you get out?
Oh nine.
Oh nine. So yeah, let me tell you. Okay, when Lopez left, right, they moved me to the training room. Okay, they moved me there because really no chief that was the E6 could outshoot me, and I wasn't gonna listen to him. And they knew Davis was going. You know what I'm saying? I was Davis, bro. You didn't tell Davis shit. Understand what I'm saying? You know, so I was in the training room. I had all the sergeant majors in my pipe, bro. I was doing sergeant majors homework for college, 3 of them. All right. So Davis didn't get in no trouble. Davis got promoted to E5. I ain't go to the board, bro. Board. I ain't go to no damn board. Listen. But yeah, man. What? Okay. So when what you need to do, right? Set up an e-benefits account. If you don't have one, right? Call a VA ombudsman. The ombudsman, they work for you. They free. You ain't got to pay them, but they gonna work hard for you. I promise you, brother. Ombudsmen, they care about veterans, and that's been one of my things since I got out in 2014. When I was on DV radio, when Lopez started this podcast. Remember Lopez?
Yes, sir.
You know, so it's like my thing is I try to immerse myself in that because when a veteran have a problem, bro. We really just like Lopez said, we kind of like, you know, I'm just going to suck it up and move on. You know, I'm going to drive on. And no real big problem to me. I've been through worse. But think about it. You serve, whether you went to Iraq or not, whether you went to Afghanistan or not, you had to deal with the BS every day. Even if you went to the field, your back got hurt, your knees got hurt, you went to sick call, go get your VA benefits. That's what's given to us. That's the rights that we have. I got a friend of mine. He was in the Marine. He served over in Fallujah. But he refuses to get his VA benefits because he got kicked out for drinking. I said, you idiot. I said, boy, if you don't go get them benefits, go to school for free. You know, if you went to school and had to pay for it, you get your student loan debt.
Okay, let me ask you something though, Davis.
What's up?
How about for those that have been out for, let's say, like Rod over here, who's been out for way over so many years? How can he get the service connection though? I mean,
well, see, it's all going to be. Remember, it's all about dates,
right?
It's all about dates. So if you went to sick call, say for high blood pressure, like me, my VA medical record, I got high blood pressure, right? But I've had it since I joined the military. I mean, when I joined the military, that's when I started getting high blood pressure, you know, and that's when they started documenting it in my medical records. So that's service connected. I didn't have it when I joined, but I had it when I started in. And we know when I came in, you know, when I was in the Army, you know, at night, like you said, 10%. You know, sleep apnea, that's automatic 50%. Get you a sleep machine. PTSD, it all ranges. If you was in Iraq twice, but you got PTSD. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right. We all seen that crazy mess over there. We all deal with it differently. And I think that's one of the key issues with a lot of us veterans. We deal with PTSD differently. Right. And so when we try to advise each other on it, we kind of give you what we do about it. Like me, bro, 2020 was a rough year for me, bro. Rough. I mean, I'm already a hypochondriac. I thought I had COVID every time I call. All right. And then that sucked me into a depression and anxiety. Bruh, I tell people all the time, I said 2020, I think it was August. I was in that little padded room up at Newton County Hospital. Oh, you know? Yeah, bro. I was in the front yard crying, bro. Just hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. Cause you know, I'm the strong. You know, everybody reach out to Davis when they got a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who deal with everybody else's problem. So I really don't talk to people about mine. But like I said, PTSD, bro, we all deal with it differently.
And that's the thing, though, like you were saying, like a lot of us deal with it differently. I think one of the biggest issues that we have in the veteran community is we're stubborn, you know, and we think we can handle it, you know, and not saying that you can't, Rod, you know, but just you're entitled to benefits. It nothing pisses me off more than when I see a motherfucking soldier who med boarded out. Now say his motherfucking name every time I can. Casey fucking Brown, this piece of shit in my last unit. This motherfucker, Casey Brown. This motherfucker, dude, he talking about he's gonna kill himself. Oh, there goes. Hopefully it doesn't stop me here on YouTube. But he said he was gonna off himself by cutting himself on the upper arm, bro. You know what they gave him? 80% on his way out.
80%.
This fool did not see one lick of combat. The last time he fired his weapon was at a damn in Kuwait, or somewhere to fucking zero his weapon. That's it.
Oh Lord, bro, you know how they diagnosed me with PTSD? I don't know if you remember Dorn.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so yeah, I forgot. You left before I got promoted to E5. So I got promoted to E5, right, in 2012, right?
Oh,
They gave me a section. Oh, you see, I love that. Oh God,
man, oh,
listen. If you thought I was a crazy E3, E4, just best believe. But no, take care of soldiers. I learned that from you actually. Take care of soldiers. That's all you got to do. Take care of soldiers. You be good all day. You know. But yeah, man, I'm in my office, man. You know, I'm still the training room NCO and the section chief. You know. So I'm like, Dorn, bro, I done told you 3 times you got to be here on time. I've written you the 2 council statements. So now I got to give you your Article 15. Okay, you know? And he said, sorry, Davis, this is bullshit. And bro, I threw everything off my desk. I flipped that motherfucker. I jumped across so fast. And I got to yelling, bro. And you know, I'm loud. You know, when I sing cadence, I'm loud. So when I get to yelling, I'm even louder. So I'm like, you motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to. You know, and then Top Wilkerson at the time ran around the corner. He said, Davis, come to my office, Davis. Then fucking the commander at the time was my platoon leader from my first tour back in 2000. What was the OIF 3 or 5? I can't remember which one it was. But he was my platoon leader. He became my commander, Captain Fowler. And he was like, Davis, I'm gonna take you on up into the mental to behavioral health. You know, I'm gonna do a command referral because I know what we went through back then, and I just want to make sure you're okay. PTSD kicked my ass out.
Well, that's automatic 50 right there too when you get booted out for that. Rodriguez,
bro, I was so mad.
Oh, you gotta go, brother.
Yeah.
Set up an e-benefits account.
E-benefits. Hit me up offline, fool. Hey, thanks for being on here with me, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll talk later, Rod.
It was good hanging out.
Gracias, baby.
Make sure he set up an e-benefit account.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm really big about that. I want to make sure that our brothers get taken care of, man. Because honestly, nothing's worse than seeing wasted benefits go away. Like there's motherfuckers out there, bro, that are really suffering through shit, and they have all these benefits that they're entitled to that they earned, but they don't. They just need that extra push, you know.
It's because, you know, you get that mentality of, you know, well, I don't want to seem like a shitbag. I don't want to seem like I'm living off of the government. And you're not living off of the government. These are entitlements that they have given to you under the law of the United States military. I mean, you see people like, look at Smoke Hoy. Remember Smoke Hoy? Kind of like Sergeant Major Dang, except for he was a smoke. But he came over here for his citizenship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not even in America no more, and we're still receiving benefits from his retirement and his VA benefit over there in the Philippines, living it up. I mean, I see this dude on Facebook. He be at those big things in Thailand. Him and his wife. His wife got a gorgeous wife. You know, you know, he living it up because he used the benefits that's given to him. So don't be afraid. Go reach out to him. Oh yeah, you see.
You look good, but you're looking nice.
Look. The white people say I look younger, so I keep it hard. This isn't my podcast. I shouldn't.
Oh, it's all good, baby. Hey, this is the people's podcast. All right.
And you know, now I'm a real estate agent, so I try to get veterans to use your benefits. I'm like, dude, y'all understand? There's no minimum score for a VA home loan. So whenever I talk to veterans, like, well, my credit ain't good. I'm like,
well, why is the minimum always looked at as 620 when you go out
there? That is the lender minimum. So that is what the mortgage company or the lender is going to set as their minimum because of the risk factor.
Right.
So the lower you go down in the credit scores, the higher the risk. Yeah, higher the interest, higher the risk, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I said, dude, with a VA home loan, if you at a good percentage on your VA, you know, you get every month, your VA compensation, you're going to have zero down. You have to bring some money to the table for, like, you know, the closing costs. Mm-hmm. But that's normally not nowhere near as much as the 10% or the 20% you're going to do with a conventional loan or an FHA loan. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not a mortgage broker, so please don't take this as mortgage advice. I'm a real estate agent. I'm just telling you what I've been through. I don't want to get in no trouble, bro. My broker already be on my butt.
Nah, but hey, you know, congratulations on that, man. You're doing really well. It's a tough life out there, especially with the way the market is right now. So would you say it's a buyer's market or seller's market at this time?
What state? That's what I tell people. I tell people what state. Because think about it. You know, Texas. Texas will probably be more in the buyer's market. All right. I mean, because we're really in that cusp of middle market stuff where don't nobody really want to sell because of the interest rate. Don't nobody really want to buy because of the interest rate. Mm-hmm. So it's not really a buyer's or a seller's market. It's if you need to buy a house, you buy a house market. Okay. You know? And I try to do. I hate seeing homeless veterans. Like I'd be so pissed because I'm like, y'all understand that they have a voucher for veterans that they just implemented. I got to find the article again. For you to buy a house, it's a voucher. Word. They correlated correlation. Yeah, they did something with the Federal Housing Association. You know, the FHA. No, Federal Housing Department. Mm-hmm. VA, and they teamed up and they got a voucher. I got to find the article, so don't quote me on this, but I know I read it somewhere. All right, and it's so many programs out there to help veterans because of what they did to Vietnam War vets. Mm-hmm. How the U.S. just took a whole huge crap on them. They're trying to make it up with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully they don't overcorrect though.
Oh, look, dude, they're gonna try to. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a lot of. This is the thing. You know how when we was in the army or whatever, we see all those veterans ride up in them nice cars and stuff. Mm-hmm. But man, you're getting that good money because they are.
Right.
Understand? Like they earned it. We earned it. Honest to God, bro, I'm telling you. See, this is what I try to tell people. I look all put together. I speak very well and professional because, you know, I've been doing this radio podcast thing for a minute here. But you know how I sleep at night? Let me tell you how messed up it is sometimes. I have a nice king size bed, my friend. What I do is, you know how when you're little, you get on the side of the bed and kneel and pray. Mm-hmm. I'll roll off the bed and sleep like that the entire fucking night. Been doing it since 2012, since I left Iraq.
Jesus, man.
Yep. And I'm telling you, it's terrible. I hate it. I get the worst sleep possible. my little psychologist lady, she can't figure it out. I can take a sleeping pill and be asleep for about good 4 hours. And next thing you know, I'm going to roll over and be on the floor.
Shit. The homie Gary said that his house is a fixed interest rate at 2.9 and he lives in OKC.
Don't sell it. No. Now remember though, okay, with the VA home loan, every 6 months you can do an IRL. I mean, you can.
What's an IRL?
Okay, so it used to be called an interest rate reduction loan. Mm-hmm. So it's something that is afforded to VA home buyers or VA home loan recipients, where every 6 months you can reduce your rate. It's just for that, to reduce the rate. Mm. All right, it was called an IRL. I think it's called something different now. But yeah,
do you have to like go through a refinancing?
Yeah, you do have to go through the same process.
Your has to be good.
No. Remember, okay, so this is the thing, you know, I mean, when you buy a house, unless you go and get like 104 million credit cards at one time, the credit shouldn't drop no lower than what it was when you bought the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, let's just be real. Unless you just have a spending habit, you know, your debt to income ratio is also a huge factor in buying a house. So a lot of people don't understand that you can have a credit score that's really low, but if you got a very low DTI and some money saved up, you can still buy a house. You know, and I say everybody's so afraid, and that's why I really like that phrase that was date the rate, marry the house. It made sense. I mean, especially for VA. Mm-hmm. Buy it at a 7.2% rate. If you can afford it, if the loan lender said you can afford it, right? Then pay it for 6 months. Do an IRL. get your rate reduced.
So
then you pay less.
What do you think of people that refinance their houses and they restart their loan all over again? Like, you know,
well, it's all situational.
Okay.
You know, it's situational. If you want to pull cash out, you know, of your house, it's situational. It's just like buying a house. It's your particular circumstance. You know, and I hate it when these finance gurus go in and say, well, you'll just be dumb to do it right now.
Right.
Okay, but you're not living in my shoes. You don't know if I need this money.
Right.
You know, so it's all situational. If you can afford it if you're a veteran, if you can afford it for 6 months, do it for 6 months. Make sure you make your payments on time.
Right.
You know, and then do another refinance. Now it will extend the term of the loan, you know, I mean, 30-year loans is pretty much the standard here in America. So it's going to push it out another 6 months to that 30 years. but you have a lower rate. And then most people only stay in a house 5 to 10 years anyway, unless you're raising a family. Then they said,
dude. So let me ask you then. I've also been like, I see a lot on Facebook where they, or even on Instagram, about these HELOCs or something like that.
A high interest loan. Okay, no, that's not.
Was that
HELOC? What is a HELOC? Remember, I'm not a mortgage professional. Anybody? I am a real estate professional. So mortgages aren't my cup of tea. But a HELOC is something where you take out a second mortgage on the house. Okay?
Oh,
yeah, it's a second mortgage, but you pull the money out.
See, they say it's like a home equity loan or something like that.
Yeah, there we go. Home equity loan. There we go. Think I should know that, right?
I thought you would.
Listen, bro, I don't went from talking about. Okay, I'll keep everybody retained. Remember, I am a fellow podcast show host myself. Oh, okay.
My old lady just said it's a home equity line of credit.
There we go. Yeah, home equity line of credit. So that is the equity in your house. Say you bought a house for $100,000 back in 2015, and now you done got the interest after 2021. Is you got $350,000 in it. You do a second mortgage, you pull the equity out, but you got the money.
Fuck all that, man. I the bank. Here's the way I look at these loans and stuff like that. The bank is not in the business of losing money.
No.
All right. So they're gonna get your money. They're gonna get their money and your money somehow or another.
Yeah. That's what I tell people all the time. I said the only, remember back in the day, the only way you could vote was if you owned property.
Really? I thought the only way you could vote back in the day was if
you were white. I mean, yes, that too.
Yeah,
but
that
it was
too.
a lot
But
of,
I mean,
it was
the
a lot
whole
of
thing was
comments.
also that like only males could go because it would be the way of the war.
Yeah, well, see, that was okay. So remember, it's a step thing. Remember, so like Roman classes, if you really wanted to vote or have a say, you had to own property. We get here to America, kind of the same thing. Think about the founding fathers. All of them owned property. Wasn't no founding father cracking at the corner store. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They all own property. They all own slaves. Well,
Hey,
I think
since we're going into the political realm real quick. Let me just ask you real quick. What's Marquis Davis' thoughts on Colorado and the Trump ballot? I don't know much about it. I just see that that's like the big thing on the news right now.
Okay, so here we go. We got two sides of this. I've been watching it all day, and I have. Okay, think about this. You have someone who isn't convicted of being an insurrectionist, but being labeled as an insurrectionist. Okay, that's President Trump. They're saying he's the top of the insurrection list. Okay, but he's not convicted. Now, the 14th Amendment clearly says you pretty much have to be convicted of being an insurrectionist, pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. So what Colorado's Supreme Court did was just took a step, because remember, the whole civil war was states' rights.
Right.
So with that being said, the Colorado Supreme Court did what they really do have the power to do. They had the power to say, hey, in this state of Colorado, Trump is deemed an insurrectionist and we can't have him on the ballot because of the federal statute of the 14th Amendment, which our state constitution reflects. Yeah, that's what people don't understand. The state constitution, most of the time, is going to reflect the same thing in the Constitution.
But let me ask you, what happened to being innocent until proven guilty, though?
You're in America, boy. When does that ever happen?
Well, for a rich white man?
Well, think about it though. You got this is a power struggle. Now, remember when he first ran for election? Remember we did a show on it. Remember when he first ran, and I said, you really do have a political outsider becoming president. Now, he might have been in the circles and stuff, but he wasn't in the game of politics. Mm-hmm. Now he's the president. And then I say this I say every time. I say, when you look at a president, when they first get into office, all these speeches, all these things I'm going to do, all these things I'm going to expose, and then they get into the seat and realize they can't do it. They realize that after 200-300 years of bureaucracy and red tape, ain't nothing one man can do. Trump realized that. He tried to take steps to do something about it with the documents. He just did it in a messed up way. He didn't have no plan.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And because you didn't have a plan, guess what happened? The people who are the real sharks jumped on it.
Right.
And ain't nothing you can do. Now you can get on Facebook, Parler, whatever you want to get on. What's the X? And you can complain all day. Okay. and we've all served in the military. Okay.
Mhm.
Now let's honest to God, let's be real here. Okay. If we want to start another civil war today, civilians versus the military, even with some of the military getting, I'm going home to be with my family.
Mhm.
I don't have any weapons that I can fight an F-15 fighter jet with that's going to drop some bombs on my house.
I don't see that the government would do anything like that against the
Oh
civil.
boy, see, that's the problem. Everybody want to try to constrain the government.
Well, it's not that, but I think that there would be a big division between those that are in service, as far as like would they support a coup per se or a civil war, which side they're going
Exactly.
to be on.
So what you see is what we have going on now is we have the political aspect of it.
Mhm.
And that's why I love politics so much. Everything is political.
Mhm.
Everything. I don't care what nobody said. Everything. Even in the military, you have a political structure. I mean, you might say it's a chain of command, but it's some first sergeants who ain't the same as other first sergeants. Understand what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah.
It's
I
some
track.
first sergeants who get everything they need for their unit, and other first sergeants, you be like, man, that first sergeant suck. You know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm
They don't know
saying?
how to politic. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I think that once you get into the senior grades, that's where politicking really comes into
That's
effect.
all you do is politics. And let
Mhm.
me tell you, first sergeant Neely, bro, when me and him would take them long drives in that Humvee by itself, bro, that's all
Mhm.
he taught me was politicking.
Mhm.
That's why I was so good at it. Why do you think Davis didn't get in as much trouble as everybody thought
Oh,
I did?
my man, I know. I got to hang out with one of the best politicians there was, and that was good old Kippy Samuels.
Oh, Samuels. I don't think
Kippy
he liked me
Sam.
no man.
Me and him, he loved the brother over here.
Look, yeah, I got to text him, bro. I keep forgetting, bro. Let me tell you, Top Sam, love him to death, bro. I did so much stuff for Top Sam, you wouldn't even imagine, bro. You wouldn't even imagine, bro.
Bro,
All
he
right.
did so much for me you wouldn't even imagine.
Oh, he
So
did so much for me, you wouldn't even imagine.
trust me, I'm
All right.
tracking like I know that man had connections everywhere. I'll just say that.
Everywhere. You didn't talk bad about Top Samuels. Nah,
Hmm.
didn't happen. But yeah, man, it's like, with the political world right now, man,
Yeah.
it's an upheaval because then you look at some of the numbers that have been projected by President Biden, right? The unemployment numbers, what is it? It's at its highest at 5%, that it's been for a while. But then if you look at the price of crude oil, I mean, the US actually started drilling and pushing some out.
Mhm.
That's something that we really don't do. So
So
that's why the price of gas has went down.
it's going to be the political season. It's starting already. So
Oh yeah,
a
dude. If
lot
you
of
look at
things are going to happen to benefit the U.S.
Mhm.
For the next year to make it.
Yep.
But we all know, everybody knows that Biden is just a puppet.
Look,
You know,
straight
everybody.
up, Biden
You know,
has dementia. I mean, if you don't see it, go to an old folks home. Go to your local nursing home. You will see it.
that
You
man
know.
doesn't know where he's at half the day. You know what I'm
Look, I
saying?
saw I saw a meme the other day that said, half of the people in Congress are over 70 years old or something like that, right? And then you got to think about, okay, well, what was the life expectancy for people back in, when they wrote the Constitution?
Hmm.
50, 60, maybe.
Well, that's
Benjamin
why the
Franklin.
retirement age was at 60 because they figure, hey, you retire 2 years later, you're dead. We ain't got to
Yep.
pay you shit.
And that's why you a lot of stuff has to change. Term limits in Congress is one of the I'm so for.
Mm.
All right. I mean, give them 2 terms and get them. See, and that's one of the things I was reading this the other day was that Congress put that in place after FDR, but they didn't put any term limits on themselves because they always wanted to be in power. Remember, that's where the power is at.
Yeah, they're
People
not
think
going to
it's the
shoot themselves in
presidency.
the foot.
It's not the presidency. It's Congress.
Exactly. Checks and balances, right? You taught me that.
Yeah, but you don't have none though. And that's the problem with political parties. I've been researching and watching British Parliament for about the past year now.
Hmm.
I think their system is messed up, but it makes a little bit more sense than what ours do. You know, you
Yeah.
got the House of Commons, and you got people. What are they saying in the chat? They picking on my
Oh, no,
bare
no, no. You're
nakedness.
good. You're good.
I'm naked. I'm sorry.
You looking sexy, baby. Don't trip.
And so I saw you went live. I was like, baby, I got to go. I'll be right back. I said, this Lopez first live on YouTube. I got to be there.
It really is, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. No, but I mean, and I really do appreciate you being on here because when it comes down to politics, you and my homeboy, I don't know if you've seen the last episode I just did with on the Gunline podcast. My boy Campos is on there and we talk politics. He's a very big libertarian. So
Oh Lord.
He's a RFK Jr. Follower, so
Listen,
supporter.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have any interest in actually voting this time coming up. And the reason being is because as I've gotten older, I've only been seeing the same old shuck and jive from Clinton to Bush to Obama to Trump to Biden, the same old shuck and jive. And I wish more Americans would see that it's the same old shuck and jive from that office. The executive branch is the same person in the same suit every 4 years. Trump was just funny. Obama was just classy. Bush was dumb. Clinton had swagger. It's the same person. But then y'all come to the budget of the United States, right? The president just proposes the budget. It's Congress, them big dummies, who got to put it into effect, who put the federal laws and stuff into effect.
Okay, thank you for bringing up the budget. That's a good little segue. I know I appreciate your time that you have here, but let me ask you, how do you feel about spending money on Ukraine, even as a taxpaying citizen of the United States?
Hold on a second. Let me hold my tongue real quick.
All right.
See, no, okay. So this is the thing. I am what you would call an isolationist. Okay. And that's because I see a lot of issues within the domestic sector of the United States. I don't feel as though we should be spending money on other wars, even though they may be our biggest rival in the world. We shouldn't be spending money of American money from American taxpayers to fund a war, right? That we really don't have an interest in. I mean, let's think about it, okay? Iraq, I understand why we went over there. I understand it. Might have been the wrong reason, but I understand it. Okay? Afghanistan, I understand it. Everybody wanted Afghanistan. They've been wanting Afghanistan since the Persian War. I mean, since the Ottoman Empire. Everybody wanted Afghanistan. I get it. Strategically, I get it. Ukraine, it was a place that was separated after the USSR broke up. And I get it. They should be an independent country. But they're not an independent democracy.
Well, not only that, there's a whole fucking rest of the continent there called Europe. Whole Western Europe that could be helping them out instead of us.
The EU is weak. They allowed Britain, which was the main supplier of EU funding, to just leave. Brexit. I've been researching Brexit left and right, dude. Don't ask me why I've gotten fascinated with British politics. Rishi Sunak I call him the British Obama, but he's dumb as a rock, So it's like, I've been watching the British Parliament Prime Minister questions, which I wish they did here in America. Sit the president down and have the opposition, the Republican Party, ask him questions about what he did all week. That's what they do in Parliament, parliamentary systems. The Prime Minister is elected or chosen from the primary party, and then they lead the country. It's their government. Right. But they got to ask questions every damn week. They got to answer them every week. But it's like, man.
We got a comment here from Roland. He says, fuck all these foreign wars, bring everyone home and strengthen America. Let these soldiers heal for a bit, smoke a little weed, and eat some shrooms. This
is the problem with that train of thought, though. After World War II, we became the saviors of the world.
Yeah.
Okay. And I told you, I don't like foreign aid. I don't. I believe that. I mean, we don't use any rubles here in America, but every other country will gladly accept an American dollar. You understand what I'm saying? Let me get a Mexican peso. It'll take me damn 2 days to get it transferred over at the bank. You understand what I'm saying? But after World War II, we became the saviors of the world. So it's expected of us now to give money out. Because guess what? Money is really just an imagination, kind of thing we develop. So think about it. What is the American dollar based on?
Currency except GDP.
What is our currency based on?
On GDP, right?
We aren't back behind the gold and silver standard no more.
Not anymore. No, thanks to the Nixon,
dollar.
Right?
The dollar has the strength of the American people behind it. That's
Well, the
it.
American cannons and the American fucking war machine that we are. That's what they has. We're
But you
bullies.
see, now I know you follow me
But
on
explain
Facebook.
to me, with that said, Davis, explain to me then how it is that we're borrowing money from China in order to fucking pay our shit. That's
China
my
don't care.
understanding.
China doesn't care. Okay, understand this. The only thing China's worried about right now is Taiwan,
Mm.
Hong Kong. That's all they want. They want a little bit of territory back that they lost in World War II. This is, I mean, really, this is really just an encompassing of World War III about to start back up, about to start up because everybody wants their territory back. Russia's already invaded Ukraine because they want their territory back. I just read an article today that said China's like, hey, Biden, guess what? We're going to get Taiwan. We ain't going to tell you when, but we want to unify with Taiwan.
Mm. And
Germany
then
just
North
sent their
Korea is
first.
going to want to unify the peninsula. So
Oh, that country. Don't even get me started. I told you they done hacked me so many times, bro.
I
Y'all have
just
no
saw
idea.
something on the news that they have a missile that can reach the
Yeah.
U.S. apparently.
What have you ever seen a Patriot missile launcher?
Yes.
Tell me what rocket is going to reach the U.S.
None.
They go. I mean, and then what's funny is that I don't even know the new updated 2023 systems and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know
It's
that
like,
I've seen videos of the Patriot systems working out in the UAE, whatever the fucking those Emirates, whatever Qatar,
yep.
all that bullshit. I had a family member out there who sent me video of them when they were getting attacked out there, and those Patriots just. It was like that fucking that dome, that Israeli dome bullshit.
Yep. But see. Nope, we're not talking about that. You see, I haven't talked about that any on my Facebook page. I did one time, and I said nope, not at all, and I moved on to the next topic. Mm-mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-mm. That is too much of a. Mm-mm. Anyway, so with the Ukraine issue, I get it. They want to keep their sovereignty. They don't want to be a part of the Russian bloc to just
Right,
be an oil field, pretty much.
right.
I mean, look at Stalingrad. That those places where Stalin took over after World War II, and
Mhm.
just pretty much just devastated the economy of those places. They don't want to be a part of that. You
Right.
know, I saw an article yesterday where Putin has had an AI generated Putin. You know what I'm saying? That's what dictators do to stay in power,
Dude, can you believe the fucking power of AI now? Like, I
dude.
mean, how is anything going to be even verified nowadays when all they got to do is take about a minute of your voice and they're able to just
Oh,
mimic it?
I told you when I first started doing my TikToks, it was just me talking.
Mm-hmm.
They copyright restrict my voice. My voice.
What?
They copyright. They copyright. I had to fight with TikTok for about 2 weeks. Tell them, hey, this is just my normal speaking voice,
Right. What
bruh.
do you mean they copyrighted? I don't understand.
Okay, so apparently, I was doing my podcast back in 2015 and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
So they send all that stuff to an AI processor that just sees if it's on any other site, and apparently
Okay.
my voice was on another site.
Mm,
So hey, hey,
God.
hey, I'm Marquis Davis, your favorite real estate agent, and so.
God. Yeah, for real, right? Good night,
But yeah,
bro.
man. I mean, like I said, everything that we thought about, say the early 2000s, man, when AI come around, we're gonna have movies, we're gonna be, play in virtual worlds, and now we can do that, and it's scary because we know the sick psychos out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We already have movies from the 80s that warns us of stuff like this. What was the Total Recall?
Mm,
Okay, where they mess with your brain and then you don't even know it, and then they trying to develop that. What was it? Elon Musk trying to develop that thing to put in your head.
bro, don't get me started on this technology crap, bro.
Listen,
That,
I'm
that's
sorry,
gonna
bro.
be that's gonna be
I,
another podcast for another day.
I'm
Um,
not. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I see what's reality,
bro,
and the way technology is moving, that's reality.
bro, put a tinfoil on my head. You know what I'm saying? And but with that said, bro, I'm gonna have to call it a night because it's already 8:42 over here.
Yep, it's
My
nine
man,
o'clock over
Davis.
here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you being on here with me, Davis. It's thank your old lady for me too. Tell her thank you for letting me steal you for a little bit. Um, and for those three that are watching, I appreciate y'all. When I come back on here next Wednesday, I'll be going live again. And yeah, tomorrow, stay tuned for a Vet Bro Reacts. D'Lo the Vet Bro will be reacting. And then I'll hopefully have a new podcast for you for next Monday. Davis, I appreciate you once again, brother. You have yourself a good night, my man.
You
Where
too.
can it? Are you still doing anything? You still doing your? You haven't done your.
Let's see.
What can you plug
It's,
at least? Plug something for me.
oh, let me think.
If you're
It's
buying
hard
real
to
estate in Georgia, check out my
do.
man Marquis Davis.
Ooh, I got some.
All
We need to
right.
do a podcast on that. I got some stories to tell you. But yeah, yeah, check me out, Georgia. I'm here.
All right, then, big dog. You have yourself a good night. All right, man.
You too, bro.
All right, brother, man. Thank you. All right, now I got to figure out how to turn this shit off. All right, hey y'all, for everybody that was able to be on here, Roland, I know you're on here, and whoever the other two are, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. Next week we'll go live again and see what we come with. I don't know how to end these lives, so I'm just gonna say, you guys have a good night out there. Y'all stay easy, stay breezy. Cover girl. All right. Make sure you watch the next episode of the Undergun Line podcast. If you haven't watched it yet, go check out the last one. All right. Is my fucking mic even working? Anywho. And Roland, as always, I appreciate your support, man. I know you are like my number one supporter on here, along with Frank Felice. And shout out to all my supporters, man. Thank you all, Gunline and Vet Bro Militia. I'll catch y'all on the rebound, y'all. Deuces.